Hey everyone, Scott of the Scottman, and we're here to do a drive video today. We are heading west on Highway 12, and we are out in the southwest corner of Michigan today. So we're starting the video over at the interchange with Highway 31. And we'll be heading all the way over to New Buffalo, and we should be going, I think we'll be even going all the way over to the state border for Michigan and Indiana. It is a beautiful day out today. It's just a couple days before Halloween for when I'm filming this, and my car thermometer is reading 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Convert that to Celsius, it's around like 17, close to 18 degrees Celsius. So it is really nice out today. I don't even see a single cloud in the sky. But yeah, for this fall so far in Michigan, other than some, with the exception of a cold snap that lasted for a few days shortly after I got back from Serbia and Rome, it's been very good. Like, we're finally seeing true fall weather. We got warm days and crisp, cool nights. So I'm like, finally. Because I feel like the past few years, it's always been either super hot for some reason, or it all of a sudden gets really cold and stays cold. Yeah, let's just say, yeah, with the weather, especially on the weekends, it's been giving me good opportunities to go out and film some videos. Speaking of videos, I just got done filming a video over in Dowagiac, which is to the northeast of Niles, which is between Niles and like I-94, almost going out toward like the Paw Paw area. And we have a traffic light we'll be stopping at. So it's pretty interesting how when we started the video on Highway 12, it's pretty much a big boulevard, where now it's just a two-lane highway again, which Highway 12 through most of southern Michigan is just a two-lane highway. So this is pretty much the norm for what you see. The only difference is, of course, we're at that interchange near Niles, and then of course when you're on Michigan Avenue over in the Metro Detroit area. Because at Highway 12, when you go east, that goes all the way to pretty much to Campus Martius Park in downtown Detroit, and it goes right by like the famous Lafayette Coney Island and American Coney Island in Detroit. But anyway, we still got a little bit of fall color left. It's like, yeah, we're definitely past peak now, because things don't look as pretty as they did last weekend. But yeah, it's still pretty nice though. It's like, yeah, I don't get to this part of Michigan very often, just because, yeah, like from Metro Detroit, it's at least a 3-hour drive. And usually when I'm over this part of the state, I'm typically just on the freeway going into Indiana or something, like if I'm going toward the Chicago area. But anyway, I had a nice time exploring Dowagiac. Nice little city. It's pretty cool how back in the day there used to be a big manufacturing city too. It's like they had a lot of different manufacturing companies there, and including like a lot of them which made like furnaces. But of course, due to all that's happened here in the Rust Belt, of course, especially after World War II, it's like, yeah, where everybody left the Rust Belt for other work. It's like different communities had to basically evolve to find a way to, I don't want to say earn an income, because that's more an employee earns income, or produce a GDP. yeah, with it being only a couple days from Halloween too, it's like, yeah, heck, even the restaurant I went to in Dowagiac, had all these different Halloween decorations up. And what was really interesting too is that there are kids, like right after I got done with the restaurant, there are kids trick-or-treating in the downtown district, which, I don't know, just seems out of place. Because trick-or-treating is here in the United States typically is done on Halloween night, usually like around 6 o'clock or something. Excuse me, just had to get some water there. So it's like I don't know what I'm not sure why they were doing that. It's like, and I think there's been other communities too in the past, like throughout the United States, where they've decided to have trick-or-treating on a day other than Halloween for some reason. A lot of times it can be just because of weather or something, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it just doesn't feel the same. It's, of course, I know like with Thanksgiving or Christmas, like, yeah, you definitely have a big feast on the holidays themselves, but especially if you have more than one family to go to, yeah, you can typically will celebrate a Thanksgiving like the day after or 2 days after Thanksgiving, or like with Christmas, obviously it's highly unlikely you're going to see all your family on the same day, where typically it's spread out to at least a couple other days. But of course, every family's different, but I don't know, just with Halloween, it's like, I don't know, it's, but then again, I guess it's no different than celebrating Independence Day, like the day before or the day after, depending on when the holiday falls. Because like if the 4th of July is on a Monday, people will celebrate Independence Day on the Saturday and Sunday, have like a nice 3-day weekend. So, and at the same time too, on Halloween Day itself, we are supposed to see some rain showers, not only out in this part of the state, but also over in southeast Michigan too. So it could be a way to get the kids out for trick-or-treating without having to worry about rain. Either that, or it could be just something that the downtown district's doing, and then maybe on Halloween night, kids will go out to like the different neighborhoods. Which that could always be a possibility too. But yeah, it's like I remember back when I was young, because yeah, last time I trick-or-treated was back in high school. Because then once you get to a certain age, you usually don't want to really go out to do trick-or-treating or anything. There's not really like a law or anything saying you can't, but it's like, I don't know. I'm going a little too fast. Let me slow down a little bit. But I do remember, it's like, the thing was like a year or two into high school was like the last time I went trick-or-treating, and I just remember when I was going with some friends of mine, it's like, yeah, it's like the neighborhood we always trick-or-treated in, like they gave out so much candy that we were using pillowcases to store our candy in. We didn't have like paper bags, we didn't have small buckets that look like pumpkins or anything like that. There were pillowcases, and they would fill up tremendously. It's like, the thing is, it's like when you get all that candy, it's like, I don't even know what you even do with it. It's like you could almost have all the candy, save it for next year, give it to trick-or-treaters for the following year. It's like trading, for example. I don't know, it's very interesting. I got a nice little small cemetery over to the left there. And although this doesn't look like much of anything, this is the village of Galien. Which, yeah, I think the little downtown area is off to the right. When I get to this intersection, I'll look to the right. I-12 didn't even reduce through Galien either. Alright, 6 miles to Three Oaks and then 12 miles to New Buffalo. Which, yeah, New Buffalo is, yeah, it's really close to the state border. Because if you're coming on I-94 from Indiana, it's the first exit you come to is for New Buffalo. Anyway, going back to what I was talking about, so it's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, I didn't even know what I could even do with all of that candy that I got from trick-or-treating that year. I think my dad told me one time that because I didn't have probably like more than half the candy, because there would have been no way we would be able to eat all that without gaining 30 pounds. So I think he gave it to his coworkers. It's like, hey, free candy. It's like, if you get free candy, it's like you have to accept it. It's like, no, I don't want any candy. It's like, it's free. Of course, the worst thing you could always do too is that you just don't eat it, just give it to someone else. It's trading. It's like you can trade Halloween candy, just like you can trade lunches, you can trade Pokemon cards, you can trade a whole bunch of things. Yep, nothing but farm country over in this part. I got someone harvesting some. I don't even know what he's harvesting over there. It's like I'm not a farmer. My uncle who lives in my uncle who lives in Wisconsin, though, would be able to tell me what's being grown there, what's being harvested. I don't think it's corn. It's like, and of course, I think the last year or two of high school is when I stopped trick-or-treating. I didn't do it ever again or anything. But yeah, it's like, those were the days. But with it being around Halloween, like Halloween weekend now, it's like, yeah, we're only 2 more months until 2023. So this year has flown by really, really, really fast. So I'm doing quite a bit of travels this year. It's like, because again, I started the year in Houston, Texas, because I was down there for 2 weeks. So the first week of 2022, I was down in Texas, and then I was up here for 3 months, and then I went to England in April for a week and a half, and then came back, and then Memorial Day weekend went to Pittsburgh. 4th of July weekend I went to Chicago, and then a long weekend in August I went to San Diego. Labor Day weekend went to Grand Rapids, and then just earlier this month I went to Serbia and also Rome, Italy. As for the rest of the year, I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing just yet. And then, yeah, I've teased about a little bit in one of my older driving videos, like more recent ones, that I'd like to do something right after Christmas again, kind of like what I did last year. Got some people slowing down up ahead. folks, is basically between New Buffalo and Niles. Yeah, there's even a little traffic light in here too. So yeah, definitely a larger village compared to Galien. Although, I was about to say not too much to it, but there's a little small, like a small business district that was to the right if you made a right turn at that traffic light. Alright, so we're slowly making our way out now. Now I can say we're out of the village. Yep, and then 7 miles to New Buffalo. Yeah, he's going a little slow. We should be able to go around it pretty easily. Yeah, it's like anytime you're passing a car on a 2-lane highway, be respectful and use your turn signals. So that way you're signaling that, hey, I'm about to pass you, and then, hey, I'm coming back over. Because after all, it's like when you're not in a do not pass zone, they say pass with care. So it's like you gotta pass with care. And you're not necessarily doing that if you don't have your turn signals on when you're going around a car. Because after all, the signs say pass with care. They don't say pass and go or pass or anything like that. We should be getting up to I-94, so that'll be coming up pretty soon too. As a matter of fact, I'm planning to film a video in New Buffalo. I think I did one previously that was really, really short, but I need to film a new video though. So if there is a good day to do that. Because it's like when I'm out in the southwestern part of the state, I might as well do more than one video. That's also why I'm doing this driving video too. So that way it's not like I'm coming out just to do one video. Although it's like, it depends on the content too. Sometimes that can be justified, but of course you got the total freedom to do what you want. And we're now entering New Buffalo Township. What's pretty interesting though is that this whole area of southwest Michigan, especially like Niles and New Buffalo, we're closer to Chicago than we are Detroit. And I'd say that would hold true too to St. Joseph, or hold true to St. Joseph. Oh, yeah, I can see the interchange off in the distance. And then, yeah, what's cool is that it's becoming a divided highway here again once we get over to the interchange with I-94. I can smell the wood burn, or the, not the wood burning, but the leaf burning from that fire back there. Because it's that time of the year where a lot of people like to burn their leaves after raking up a whole bunch of them. So, and yeah, here's the interchange of I-94. So, right here, of course, I-94 East, that'll take you over to St. Joseph, and of course over to Detroit. Or you can also go up to I-196, that'll take up to Grand Rapids. Or you can go here to go west on I-94, that'll take you over to Michigan City, Indiana, eventually over to the Chicago area. Alright, so yeah, now we're going to get a little change of scenery because we're now getting close into New Buffalo, and also we're going to be starting to go a little bit more along the shoreline of Lake Michigan, but not right at the lake. So we'll make a left turn here, but we'll have to set a traffic light first. Okay, so we'll make a left turn and we'll continue our way into New Buffalo. But yeah, one thing I forgot to point out, we're now entering the city limits for New Buffalo, is that before they built I-94, Highway 12 was the original highway from Detroit, or going from Detroit into Chicago. Because if you were to stay on Highway 12, past New Buffalo, you of course cross into Indiana, and then you get down to Michigan City, then over to Portage, then Gary, and then it goes into Chicago after that. And we're starting to go a little bit to the southwest, so I apologize for any sun glare that starts to come into this video a little bit. Although, thankfully, it's nothing too crazy. So it's like, yeah, to do the video in New Buffalo, is like I'll be passing it up and then turning around, coming right back. That's okay though, because I want to film all the way to the state line. And it's like, yeah, what'd be pretty funny is that because Northwest Indiana along Lake Michigan, it's in the Central Time Zone, so it's like I'm gonna be briefly going back 1 hour and then having to, when I turn around, going back up an hour. I can go around this way, and that was kind of silly to do, but no problem, guess I can just go around. We got some businesses along in here too, although the main business district was going back to the north over on Whitaker Street. And there is a bug on my left window. I'm gonna open up, get out of here. I think the bug fell back into the car. Oh well. So yeah, with this video, I'm going to be filming all the way up to the state line. And yeah, we're only 10 miles to Michigan City. So it's like, yeah, it's the first city you come into when you come over from Michigan into Indiana along Highway 12. Because like if I were to continue this video into Indiana, It's like with being so close to Halloween, you can start singing the song Time Warp from the Rocky Horror Picture Show or something. Oh well. So we should have about a couple more miles to go in this video. Oh yeah, and I think the railroad right there, I could be wrong, but I think that's the case. I think that's the railroad for Amtrak too, because I think the Amtrak train goes on those tracks over there, which goes, of course, over into Chicago. Some road work up ahead too. It's like, even though the state line is closed, it's like no, buddy, you're still in Michigan. You have to deal with the state tree of Michigan, which are, of course, the orange and white barrels. Although I don't see any up ahead, so can't complain. No, I see some up ahead. And off to the right, that's where Grand Beach is. Grand Beach is the last community of any size. Oh, there's that bug again. Let me see if I can get him out of here. Nope, he flew back in the car. It's like he does not want to go outside. Oh well. But yeah, it's like those barrels, that's the state tree of Michigan. It's not really, but it's like because of all the road construction that you see in the state of Michigan, it's like you almost can consider it to be the state tree. The actual state tree is the white pine. All right, here's the border with Michigan, Indiana. So I hope you enjoyed this video of Highway 12 going from Highway 31 near Niles all the way over to the Michigan-Indiana border. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that subscribe button to come along and join me for the adventure. And don't forget to click that notification bell so that way you know when a new video is live. Well, thank you for watching. This is Scott, the Scott Man, signing out.